This question is trickier. Perhaps we could put all of our recipes online so those who join us virtually can make their own cake and eat along with those at the meeting face to face. I could do with the recipe right now. I need more cake.
I think for me, one of the benefits of online church is that ability to kind of have it on demand. So depending on the type of online church that you had or have had, it actually, we can access that at certain times of day, which suits us more. And I think we need to think about that when we think about having the best experience going forward, is actually how can we provide for our congregations a whole range of opportunities at different times that perhaps people could come along, I don't know, on a Monday after school for half an hour. And actually that is a really meaningful, significant experience for them. And perhaps they never come on a Sunday, but what's so special about Sundays anyway? Or perhaps people come once a month only on a Saturday afternoon. And again, that is a valuable, meaningful spiritual experience for them. And so I think we need to get away from this thing of, right, people have to come at a set time on a Sunday morning or whenever that might be. And we have to do it in a very fixed and regimented way. I think what we've seen in online church is that actually we can be flexible as churches. It's a bit more challenging, but actually in a way that flexibility and that change actually has brought quite a lot of life as well as difficulty and challenge, but actually it has brought a freshness and a vibrancy to what's been happening. And so I think what we need to learn is not to get stuck in a rut, but actually to keep moving and to keep changing and to keep listening to our congregations, to our children and our families in terms of how we can best serve their needs and how that needs to keep changing continually going forward, even once the pandemic is over.
Hello, I'm Nick Jackson from powerpackministries.co.uk, and I just want to share a little bit about the difference between a room and Zoom, or face-to-face meeting and gathering online, and what I'm going to take forward from this period of time into my face-to-face gatherings. So I have really missed being together, worshipping together, encountering together, using our gifts together, being close. But there are some things from this period of time that I am going to bring into our face-to-face meetings going forward. One of the big things for me has been attendance at church for our families and our children. They tended to come once a month or once every 2 weeks. And it's a shame because they missed the pattern, they missed that continuous fellowship. And I think if we record material and put things online, that in the gap weeks when they're unable to come on a Sunday, they're able to catch up and watch it if they wish to, and hopefully we can make it engaging enough that they'd want to, and they'll be feeling that there's still a sense of belonging, there's still a sense of continuation, and there's still a sense of that faith journey that we're going on. And it also allows us to speak about some good things that people can do in their homes to build faith in the home. Another positive thing have been some Zoom prayer groups with children and families. We've had a gaming group where we've connected outside of church buildings. So I'd love to carry on some of those. They might not be quite as often during that period of time, but I think those prayer groups where you can join together at different times in the week where you couldn't necessarily come to a place, I think that could be really good going forward. Some of our pre-recorded teaching has been excellent, probably because we can edit out the mistakes or reduce it or allow different graphics and images to appear on the screen as we're teaching. So I'm going to definitely keep some of those things and add them into our face-to-face meetings. We've also enjoyed catching up with missionaries and people who don't live in the same city as us and hearing their stories and sharing and praying together with them live. So as we've done those things, it's been a real connection for particularly some of the children. They've really seen the places where their friends and people that are connected to church are living and working, and some of the mission they're involved with. And I think it's been a real advantage to see a much bigger picture of faith across the whole world rather than just our little area that we live. I've also been able to create some training videos for our team and do some training and consultancy for people beyond Oxford where I live. And it's interesting because before COVID started, I was launching a children's ministry kitchen where we have training and consultancy online using Zoom and Uvu and other platforms like that people had rarely heard of. And the idea was that you could cook up some training just for you. It's been an explosion of that's happened everywhere. People have been offering training to all sorts of different people. I don't think my website's needed, but it's clearly a way of collecting training and consultancy in a way that's really easy, because it doesn't have the travel cost and it doesn't have the difficulties of that, and actually it's just as powerful, just as useful. So I don't know what you're taking forward from this period of time into your face-to-face meetings, but there's just a few of mine.
So how can we make the most of the opportunities going forward to have the online and the face-to-face presence? We hope soon. I think a lot of us have learned the technical skills to film and upload stuff onto YouTube, to do Facebook Lives, to do Zooms, and I think that when combined with face-to-face is going to be win-win, because people who can't get to messy churches or can't get to them at a particular time are going to have a way of accessing them. So whether it's people with disabilities or whether it's people who are just too busy, the circumstances have changed, there's swimming class on the night that messy church meets, whatever it might be, we can keep that contact going because we can share the videos that we make or the slideshows that we share through our amazing technological skills that we've developed. And I think nationally, it's opened up a lot of doors for us, and we're making more and more things much more available. So if you couldn't make it to face-to-face training in Messy Church before because we couldn't offer it in your neighbourhood, now there's Messy Masterclasses online at regular, well, not regular, but we're including them on a rolling programme throughout the year. So whether you're wanting to start a Messy Church or reimagine your Messy Church or think about discipleship, the values, we've got masterclasses happening throughout the year that are free to sign up to. So that's good. We've also got the support teams who are there to be there to help, to support. So the Getting Going team are there at the end of a phone if you're thinking about starting a Messy Church and just want to chat to somebody. And the Alongside Us team are there if you want some kind of missional coaching to think about an aspect of your Messy Church and how to go further with that. And perhaps most exciting, we've got the Mestival coming up in May. On May the 22nd, we've got the online Messy Church Festival, the Mestival. And we're having a morning of lovely workshops to help people do Messy Church better, and an afternoon where we are planning the biggest Messy Church ever online for everybody to join in with. So do look out for that as a way of saying, yay, we can be church in all sorts of different ways. The main thing is being together.
I think that one of the things we need to be very aware of is that when we're trying to get back to physical meeting, we need to be aware of those who have been able to access virtual meetings and can't access physical meetings. Often that's perhaps people with physical disabilities, medical issues, special needs, but also other reasons too. People actually find it really difficult to turn up at 10:30 on a Sunday morning to a physical meeting, some people. And so I think one of the things we need to have in mind is how can we have both and to have this incorporating virtual and face-to-face things is really important.
Now, the pandemic has impacted everybody in ways beyond imagination, and life will never be the same again, and it shouldn't be. As we live in the midst of everything going on, we as a toddler group have had to change and be open to new ways of doing things. It seems a long time off post-COVID life, but this time will come. But in the meantime, let's be open to the Holy Spirit and do those little things that can make a world of difference to one family, one life at a time.